the fear of making the phone calls. Okay, now to an extent, good training will overcome the fear of making calls. If you know what to say, why you say what you say, you practice it, you role play it, you get your spouse, your dog to listen to you, you should develop some base level of confidence to pick up the phone or to show up at the client's door and get in. However, training alone isn't the key to everything in this business. As much as I value it, there is a mindset type of thing that you need to have too. And it comes down to the call reluctance that you've got to have faith. It really is. It's so much funny how so much of this business is a faith-based argument, really is you have to take that leap of faith on yourself. And even though you are awkwardly and aware that you don't know, or you're aware that you know that this is new and you're scared and you're fearful, you have to, it really comes down to just do it anyway. Because what happens is as you pick the phone up, that first call is the scariest call to make for most everybody. But it's just like going to the gym. The idea of going to the gym, you're tired, you're sore, you're gonna go beat yourself up. It's not a fun feeling to think about. But if you just drive yourself to the gym, you get under the bar and you start to warm up and squat, whatever it is you're doing that day, you're going to start loosening up, your mindset's gonna get better, and the mindset will catch up with the physical action. Likewise, if you start to make the calls, I don't care what happens after that first call, but if you make that first call, what you realize is that these people don't jump through the phone and choke you out. They're not going to come after you and make your life miserable. The worst that's going to happen is they're going to tell you no in so many words, hang up the phone, and the interaction is over. It's completed. You can now move on. They didn't cause you physical pain. They didn't do anything to harm you. It's over. Yeah, it may be a little embarrassing what you said. You may feel like cringy going through the script the first time, but it's over. It's not that big of a deal. And then what will happen is you now have performed it. You didn't die. You didn't get hurt. And you will start to develop the confidence like this isn't a big deal. And what actually ends up happening is it becomes boring. It's a funny thing in this business. Calling becomes boring. It's not scary anymore because once you start doing it, you realize you get the same 4 or 5 objections every single time on the phone to set appointments, or the same 4 or 5 knee-jerk objections if you're doing telesales, and it becomes routine and mundane. You know what to say, you say it with speed and conviction, you've become skill set based, you know what you're doing, and it becomes less stressful. But understand that stress, that worry is normal. Everybody has it. I certainly had it. Pretty much all of my agents getting into this business have had it. I've heard men talk about grown men crying because they had to go knock on people's doors. Grown men, right? But they did it anyway, and that's the thing, is the ones that admitted it, and there's probably a lot more out there than we'd like to think, they did it anyway. And they realized that this process of the business would become easier and easier and easier. Why? Because they had that sense of faith in themselves that if they just did the thing, they'd work through it. So my point in all this, if you have this call reluctance, get over it. Okay, it's just part of the business. Easier said than done? Sure, it is. But it's there and it is what it is. Now you have to decide for yourself, are you going to let the call reluctance scare you out of a business that's a 6-figure opportunity that can free you from having to go to the corporate grind, that can make you not just a lot of money, but a great lifestyle? Is it worth letting that stupid thing get in the way of an incredible opportunity? I think it is. I mean, I think it's stupid to let that thing get in the way. So logically, don't let something as dumb as talking to a person stop you from the destiny you deserve.